right. Show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. You wanna hear a little Spanish? I told him it, practice it. I'm about to fill you up with Spanish. Walk up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in Boston and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position, I'm about to get it. Now ain't no one about to block me here cause someday, someone tell me I'm someone doing alright, doing alright. Somewhere, somebody there, someone, somebody there one day will be the love of my life, love of my life, but not tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Flacco's Ravens going up against Wilson's Seahawks. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, home of the 12. We'll welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
If anything, I think Joe Flacco's underrated. He's a guy who leads his team to a lot of wins during the regular season, elevates his play in the postseason, and has a Super Bowl ring, was a Super Bowl MVP. Yet many times he doesn't get mentioned with the top quarterbacks in the league.
Now it's a former Seahawk. This is Justin Forsett. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And if you're John Harbaugh, you've got to be happy with your depth at running back, that's for sure. Meanwhile, if you're a fantasy football player, it might drive you crazy trying to figure out who's going to get these reps.
Well, Justin Forsett wants all of his reps back. Remember, he got hurt in 2015 and didn't finish out the season, and he'd been a big-time performer previously. And Buck Allen, Javorius Buck Allen out of USC, had a pretty nice rookie season. I know that they're really, really high on Kenneth Dixon, but he's hurt and going to miss about a month. And Terrence West has had a nice preseason, although we haven't talked about it very much.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So Steve Smith involved there, and the Ravens are likely, Charles, going to need him to get even more involved with Ben Watson out for the season now.
And normally when you have a guy who announced that a season was going to be his last, as Steve Smith did in 2015, when you have that guy come back, you don't expect big-time production, but you and I both know that Steve Smith is the exception to that. So I agree with you. His production will go up, and he will definitely take some of the pressure off of the loss of Benjamin Watson. I know we always worry about when a running back is over the age of 30, but Justin Forsett didn't have a lot of carries prior to 2 seasons ago.
And last year, you remember, of course, he missed 6 games with a broken arm. Of course, the Ravens, they had a litany of injuries in 2015.
They missed his 1,266 yards he gave them in 2014.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. The first carry for a former Trojan. This is Buck Allen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time to meet the offensive starters, and time for us to introduce you. You already know him, but Justin Forsett.
His face goes on the poster of those who just need an opportunity. A backup for much of his career. Once he received the chance to be a #1 runner, He's taken it and moved on fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Second down, Flacco now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Michael Bennett's one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You got a problem.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Fake to Allen. Here's Flacco. Looking here for Smith downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Browner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Interception. Here's Wilson. And there's a flag on the field. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. And, Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
On first down, Wilson. And his first pass is incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And it'll be fourth down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So on fourth down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle. Back deep for the Ravens, Michael Campanaro. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so
in this case, not so genius. I do admire that he went for it.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles. In a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. Unfortunately for Ravens fans, while we saw a catch there on our screen, they won't be seeing a lot of those during the regular season because of his Achilles injury. So, Charles, What do the Ravens have depth-wise behind him?
Crockett Gilmore is a guy that they drafted a couple of seasons ago, and he's a combo guy, a good blocker at the point of attack, who can catch some passes downfield. They drafted Max Williams in 2015 out of the University of Minnesota, and they expect him to be a big target downfield, but he's been dinged up in the preseason. And Dennis Pitta is probably their best overall tight end. He's been hurt in recent years in the NFL. They're hoping he can make his way back.
And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Well, they say offense sells tickets, defense wins championships, but at times like these, you see the importance of special teams.
Yeah, they become the difference so many times. And during a game, offensive coaches, defensive coaches, they're selling what they want to their coordinators that they want to see called. Think about the special teams coach selling to the head coach all game long. I've got this one. I've got this one. And when it works, no one's happier.
Flacco here on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On second down, Flacco to throw. And there's a flag on the play.
Holding offense. Still second down.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Again, 4th down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. 0-0 our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Third and goal. Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Lockett the return. Look at the spin. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful. Tyler Lockett, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 69 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if you're
they get to the football. It's blocked. And now the Ravens get it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Flacco from the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. But still in search of the first down after that last completion.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, that can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll out of defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And that is incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders, as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
It's a gain of 20 that time. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Here's Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Richardson, 35 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found it downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit it and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Flacco. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And Charles, switching gears for a second. Rosters trimmed to 75 as of 4 p.m. Tuesday. What are some of the early surprises you saw?
Well, how about Paul Kruger, the outside linebacker in Cleveland? I thought he would adapt really well to their new system. He's gone. Ruben Randall, a wide receiver we thought had big value. He's gone from Philadelphia. And how about our guy, Terrence Knighton? Huh? The big fella, gone from New England. What did he put out on social media on the way out?
He said, it's been real, New England. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Second and 10 now. Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Seahawks are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Ravens, on the other hand, want to quiet this crowd and turn things around. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now first and 10, the quick pass, it's complete, and 70 yards later, he's going in for the score. They go ahead by 3. Third down, inches to go. Watson's wide open, able to make the grab, and he ends up at midfield before he stopped on the play. However, they only come away with a field goal on the drive. Seahawks line up at the 36. Richardson's wide open here on the catch, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Ravens take over late in the second. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Thomas is in position, and he's the one who comes away with the ball. Offense out now following the interception. Lockett's found on the quick pass and catch. This goes for a touchdown. Lead now at 14. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A chance for us to look at this Baltimore defense again. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. Well, Charles, last week we did some fantasy draft talk, and we've got more drafts coming up this week. The Madden draft on September 1st that I'm in, so give me a few names. Who's poised for a breakout?
I can't wait to follow this throughout the year and see how you're doing.
You're going to laugh at me.
You know, you've gone into the Shark Tank here. Right? Some big-time players, but what little bit I know about it, I know you got to start with a runner, right? Is it a Todd Gurley? Is it a Ezekiel Elliott? Is it an Adrian Peterson? I keep hearing Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers may be the #1 pick for everyone
and
all
Odell
throughout
Beckham
fantasy world.
Odell Beckham up toward the top as well.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm telling you something. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you my sleeper on that. Jordy Nelson with the Green Bay Packers. He is back. He's ready to go. And Aaron Rodgers is motivated this year. I think that there'll be a big-time connection.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Wilson on first down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top with the post in the area he vacates.
Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up on second down. Rawls. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense. Still second down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line,
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
After reviewing the play, the rating on the field is reversed.
Rawls.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now Flacco. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's caught, block it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 20 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. Now Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. So while we have a moment here, Charles, intriguing matchups of Week 3 in the preseason. I know that you saw the Tennessee game. You thought that was pretty interesting.
It was, because Oakland's one of those teams we've talked about the entire offseason is making a playoff push. And having Derek Carr at quarterback gives them a leg up, throwing to Amari Cooper and the rest of the crew. And they didn't look bad on offense, but they didn't look as good overall as a team as maybe we expected. Conversely, Tennessee, who went to Oakland and beat them, Not many people have hopes for the Tennessee Titans this year, but guess what? They look pretty darn good, and Marcus Mariota's made great strides in year 2.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Throwing is Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
They start on the ground with Forsett. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Ravens are going to have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Check one set. Check one set. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On first down, Flacco firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Second down now after the incompletion. Flacco to throw again on second down. Dumps it off to Forsett. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So just 1 yard to go here on third down. Third and just one. It's Flacco. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. Allen here on the screen. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here's the Ravens defense as they head out to set up shop. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look. Tyler Lockett. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. We focus our attention on the Seahawks defense now. Yeah, they've got the lead. Last time they surrendered the field goal. We'll see what they do this go-around.
And giving up 3 is never ideal because any defense wants to pitch a shutout. But that's not a bad thing in most situations. You only give up field goals, your team has a chance to win.
Yeah, and they still, as I said, they've got the lead here. We'll see if they can get a stop and hold them to 0 points this time. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Hey, move, 45. Move, 45.
2nd and 10. Flacco once more. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Third and long for Joe Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up. Wilson wants to throw it. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Wilson to give to Rawls. A beautiful fake. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
Well, the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So 2nd and 10 here. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Third and just 1, it's Flacco. Open man, it's Allen. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. On first down, Flacco surveying the field and seeing no options. He just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. He hits his target. Left side, Watson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down. Flacco. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One last gasp for Flacco. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, I don't know what you want to call this, a blowout, a laugh, or whatever it is. This was not a game.
And I believe that you saw this coming early, identified it right in the beginning of the game, and it played out that way.
Well, and it did. And for this team, just a lot of confidence coming away from this one.
Confidence for them. For the other team, though, boy, what a dismal, dismal day.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.